There is a positive feedback loop when it comes to manifestation. And if you understand this and you apply this, you're going to see things in your life happen faster. And I'm going to share with you what I wish I learned sooner in my journey, because I had my spiritual awakening about 8 years ago. I got super into law of attraction and manifesting, and I understood how my beliefs create my reality. But there was one part of it that it took me a few years to, even though I was doing it the whole time, I wasn't really conscious of it. And if you understand this right now, I hope this will help you a lot, because like I said, it would have helped me a lot to maybe have things happen faster in my life as far as like manifesting more things. And just, I hope this video will give you some value. If it does, just subscribe down below as well and give me a thumbs up on this video. It helps the channel to grow. But what I want to say today is that I was reflecting a lot on my past. And if you don't know, after my awakening, I worked in restaurants for about 5 years as a server, a couple years, and a manager a couple years. And the restaurants taught me a lot. But when I really think about those restaurant days, and man, restaurants are a grind. Like, it's a grind. It's nonstop chaos and noises and people and humans and emotions, and it gets messy and it gets dirty. Literally gets dirty, and also just dirty as far as the energy. And it taught me a lot how to clear my energy, how to ground myself, how to be around people, how to feel other people's energy fields and like what's theirs and what's mine. All these things are super valuable. But when I think about what also this did for me was, it helped me with this, what I call this positive feedback loop when it comes to manifesting. And let me share this with you. So the first step is our beliefs, right? Because our beliefs create everything. Our belief systems in our subconscious mind run the show, right? You know this already. And this is what I knew early on too, is that like my beliefs create my reality, so I have to work on my beliefs. I have to believe it's possible. I have to work on it. I have to visualize it. I have to feel it. Like we understand that stuff. I think where a lot of people that I've seen, like that I've coached and worked with, and just obviously myself, I think a lot of us, what happens is we forget that we're in this 3D reality. We're in this physical reality, right? And we have to develop our personality traits and just like our abilities in this 3D realm. So I love to meditate. I love to visualize. I love to brainstorm and talk about different ideas and just kind of be like, be like idealistic or whatever, like imagine the perfect future and all these things. That is powerful, but we also have to work on our abilities. And so here's the positive feedback loop when it comes to manifesting. There's like 3 parts to the loop, okay? It's like a wheel that speeds up as you keep going through it and as you build it, okay? I promise you this will really help you if you actually understand this. So the first part is the beliefs, because that's like the anchor, that's like the beginning of what you want to create. You have to believe it's possible, right? You have to actually believe that it is possible for you. And if somebody else can do it, then why can't you? So if you can't believe it yet, maybe for yourself, your goals, like look at other people, not to compare them to you, but just to see them and be like, oh wow, this is actually possible. Because other people can show us that it's possible for us, which is very powerful. Here's the core part of this positive reinforcement feedback loop, whatever I'm going to call it. I don't even know what I'm going to call it yet. But so the beliefs is the first part, okay? The next part of the loop is, what do you think? It's our skills. Okay, here's why. Because beliefs by themselves only gets you so far, because the skills are how we embody that goal or that dream that we have. So those 5 years at the restaurant, when I was at the restaurants, when I was helping restaurants for all those years, I always was wondering, like, why am I never saw myself working at restaurants after going to business school, after college, after having a degree and working a full-time job in New York City. I never saw myself going back. People would say going backwards in life to working at restaurants, because people, for some reason, have a bad view of restaurants, and most people have a bad image of that. But those restaurant years, man, I was working on my skills so much and so quickly. And you probably don't even realize this, but when I was in school, high school, middle school, I had braces, I had glasses, I was shy, I was quiet, I wasn't confident in myself, I was very anxious, very nervous. Yeah, I got good grades and stuff, but besides that, I was pretty nerdy. I had friends, yeah, but like I was just very different. So those years of grinding at restaurants, the long days, working double shifts, I mean, I've been through a lot of there's obviously harder jobs in restaurants, but it's not easy. So all those years talking to people every single day for 5 years, and then doing other roles the last couple years, doing a lot of phone calls, cold calls, doing a lot of presentations. All this talking has increased my skills to the point where I know I had this big fear of like being too much in my ego and stuff, but like I just know that I'm a pretty good speaker at this point. I'm not the best. I'm not even doing speaking events yet. Like I will be in the future, but I know I'm pretty good at speaking because my skills have gotten there through the years of just applying myself and the years of work and taking courses and studying people, reading books, practice, practice, practice. So when we have the belief and we work on our belief systems, and then we work on our skills, right? What happens is the last part of this loop, right? We have beliefs, skills. Over here, the last part of this loop is the feedback and the reflections from other people that will reinforce your belief and your skills. So it literally begins to spin like this. So you have the beliefs, you work on your beliefs, you work on your mental, you do the mental reps, you do the mental work, spiritual work, you see it for yourself, you believe it, you believe it's possible, then you work on your skills, you apply yourself, you put in the time. You don't have to work crazy, crazy hard, because I believe that we can have success without working hard, right? Once again, it's all about our belief systems. But the skills are what are gonna tangibly, groundedly like get you there because you have the skills. You have the ability, you can embody it in real time. That's the skills part. And then the reflections and the feedback, when other people see your skills, you can tell by their reaction to you, by how they respond to you, you can tell that you have it. You can tell that you're on the right track, that you're getting somewhere because of how they respond to you and they see you and they're maybe impressed by you, or maybe they're triggered by you, which is also showing yourself the progress you've made. Because a lot of us, when we raise our frequency and we become more high vibe and we do this inner work, what happens? We trigger other people. We show them what they could have been if they've done the work like we're doing the work, or we show them other parts of themselves, like we kind of like are like a mirror for them, and we can reflect back to them parts of themselves that they're ignoring, that they're not looking at, right? Beliefs, skills, and the feedback and reflections from other people, and begins to speed up. So you have the beliefs, you work on your skills, and then you begin to see from other people your progress. You see your progress by how they react to you, by how they approach you, by how they respect you, by how they might criticize you and judge you. That's okay, right? That's okay. But the key part of this is really the skills, because we can get caught up in just too much, I guess I would say too much inner work, too much healing, okay? At a certain point, like you've healed enough, and we're still going on this healing journey, of course, it's never gonna be ending, but I just mean like at a certain point, you can take more action, you can maybe dial back a little bit, like the inner work, and dial up, like turn up the outer work, turn up your leadership, your communication, your action taking, right? And then look out for those feedback, those reflections, whether you trigger people or they respect you and they admire you and you inspire them and they look up to you. That's the feedback from the outer world showing you your progress, okay? If this video was powerful for you, please share it with a friend, and I will see you next time. Take care.